Let's get right into it. Sleep cycles. It's not that you're not getting enough sleep. It's that you're waking up at the wrong time. If you've ever slept a full 8 hours but still felt sluggish, like a zombie, there's a reason for that. Our brains sleep in cycles of approximately 90 minutes, consisting of 3 main stages: light sleep, deep sleep, and REM, rapid eye movement, sleep. After one round, it started over from the beginning, and it went on like that all night. So if you wake up during a light sleep stage, you'll feel alert. But if you're woken up from a deep sleep, your body will feel like it's been tortured. In conclusion, the time you wake up is just as important as the number of hours you sleep. Currently, some applications or smartwatches can track sleep cycles and wake you up when you are in a lighter sleep stage. But in reality, you don't need expensive equipment to do that. Just try this simple tip. Count backward from the time you want to wake up, dividing it into 90-minute blocks. For example, if you need to wake up at 6 a.m., try to go to sleep at 10:30 p.m. or 12 a.m. Both of these milestones bring you to the natural end of a sleep cycle, helping you wake up easier and feel more energized. You'll be surprised to find yourself more alert, even though you're sleeping less than before, just because you're waking up at the right time. Mouth tape. There's a $6 roll of tape that can change your entire brain, or it can also make you suffocate. Oh no. It's mouth tape, a strange tip that some call a sleep miracle, while others see it as a one-way ticket to a 3 a.m. panic attack. In theory, this sounds very reasonable. Humans are born to breathe through their noses, not their mouths. But somewhere between modern life, pressure, and hours of staring at screens, we're slowly turning into mouth-breathing zombies, not only losing our charm, but also reducing oxygen levels, disrupting nitric oxide, causing poor sleep, and even changing facial structure. Therefore, followers of the biohacking trend believe that simply taping their mouths shut while sleeping, forcing their noses to work, and then the body self-corrects. That makes sense, because breathing through your nose helps humidify the air, filter out bacteria, and optimize oxygen absorption much more effectively than breathing through your mouth. It also keeps the tongue and jaw in a stable position, which helps reduce snoring and prevents the brain from jolting awake dozens of times each night, thinking you're choking. But this is where the trouble begins. The truth is, there haven't been many long-term studies proving the effectiveness of this method yet. Doctors warn that it can be dangerous for people with sleep apnea, allergies, or a deviated septum. And to be honest, taping your mouth shut sounds more like torture than healthcare. However, for some people, it really works. They sleep deeper, snore less, and most importantly, have significantly less drool on their pillow. Morning sun. Not coffee, not an energy drink. It's also not your favorite song either. If you want to wake up your brain and body in less than 10 minutes, what you need is sunlight. Our bodies function according to a circadian rhythm, an internal clock controlled by light. And the morning sunlight is the strongest starting signal for that system. When natural light enters the eyes, especially in the first hour after waking up, the brain stops producing melatonin, the sleep hormone, slightly increases cortisol as needed to keep you awake, and sets your biological clock for when you'll feel sleepy tonight. Simply put, it's the body's reset button, helping you wake up faster, focus better, and boost your metabolism and energy throughout the day. And no, the light in the house isn't enough. No matter how bright you turn the lights, their intensity is only 1/50th of the natural outdoor light. Even on a cloudy day, natural light is still dozens of times stronger than your desk lamp. When you skip outdoor sunlight, your biological clock gets out of sync, leading to a domino effect: insomnia, reduced energy, mood swings, and difficulty concentrating. The solution is incredibly simple. Just go outside for 5 to 10 minutes within the first hour of waking up. No need to sunbathe. No need to look directly at the sun, of course. Just let natural light flood your eyes. That little bit of sunlight not only wakes you up, but also synchronizes your entire body with the rhythm of the earth. And that's the real energy that coffee can never match. Red light therapy. It might sound a bit fake at first, like something you'd see next to Himalayan salt lamps and healing crystal shelves. But red light therapy, also known as photobiomodulation, actually has a solid scientific basis. Its mechanism of action is to shine low-intensity red or infrared light onto the skin and tissues. This light penetrates the cells and stimulates the mitochondria, the power plants, inside each cell. When mitochondria are more active, the body has more energy to heal itself, reduce inflammation, and may even better balance hormones. Some studies suggest that red light therapy helps improve skin tone and stimulate collagen production, accelerates muscle recovery, reduces joint pain, and even increases testosterone, especially when applied regularly around the upper body. However, it must be made clear, this is not a miracle. It won't help you grow hair overnight, nor will it turn you into a six-pack after a few sessions under the lamp. Although initial results are promising, most of the research is still in its early stages, and many of the widespread advertisements on TikTok lack reliable scientific evidence. Most importantly, using it incorrectly can backfire. Using the wrong type of red light or using it for too long, 45 minutes each day, won't turn you into a superhero and might only cause mild skin burns. However, when used correctly, with the right duration, frequency, and distance, red light therapy can be one of the most promising tools in the world of biohacking. Dopamine reset. Everyone is in the race to find dopamine, wanting more energy, more focus, more enthusiasm. But the truth is, dopamine isn't just the happy hormone, as many people think. It is a measure of motivation, the neurotransmitter behind every effort, persistence, and goal-directed behavior. And the interesting thing is, dopamine doesn't work on a scale, but on contrast. Every time you browse the internet, swipe your screen, eat a piece of candy, or receive a new notification, your brain gets a small dopamine hit. But when these hits happen repeatedly, your nervous system becomes overloaded. The brain begins to become desensitized to feelings of excitement. Dopamine sensitivity gradually decreases, and suddenly everything that was once enjoyable becomes dull. You feel unmotivated, have difficulty concentrating, and are bored without knowing why. That's when you need to reset dopamine. It's not about eliminating dopamine, because that's impossible, but about giving your nervous system a break from the constant high, so that natural rewards can be felt again. You don't need to change your entire life. Just turn off all notifications for one day. Do one thing at a time without listening to music. Take a 24-hour break from social media, no snacks, and no binge-watching content. Just a few hours of low stimulation are enough for dopamine receptors to readjust themselves. And when that happens, you regain your focus, your motivation returns, and joy really tastes like joy again. Creatine. Creatine has become an icon of gym culture for decades, associated with protein shakes, the creatine loading phase, and showing off muscles. But what most people don't know is, creatine isn't just a supplement for muscles. It's also essential fuel for the brain. Your brain consumes a tremendous amount of energy, and creatine helps replenish ATP, the fuel that powers everything from movement to memory. Many studies have shown that creatine can improve short-term memory, increase mental fatigue resistance, and stabilize mood, especially in conditions of sleep deprivation or high stress. Unlike vague-sounding brain boosters, creatine is one of the most thoroughly researched substances in the world, with a long-standing safety profile and clear benefits for both physical and cognitive performance. There are also preliminary studies that consider creatine as a potential therapy for depression, ADHD, and neurodegenerative diseases. So, it's not just about gaining muscle. Maybe those gym bros are actually smarter than you think. Magnesium. It's very likely you're deficient in magnesium, and even if you're not deficient, your body can still feel like it is. Magnesium is involved in over 300 biochemical processes in the body, from regulating sleep, reducing stress, relaxing muscles, and supporting cognitive function, to stabilizing mood. And yet, most people don't get enough magnesium. The modern diet has eliminated most magnesium-rich foods. Stress depletes magnesium reserves, and coffee, alcohol, or high-intensity exercise also contribute to draining magnesium from the body. Magnesium deficiency can manifest as brain fog, anxiety, low mood, difficulty recovering after exercise, restless sleep, muscle cramps, or tension. But here's the tricky part. Not all types of magnesiums are the same. Some forms, such as magnesium citrate or oxide, can cause digestive upset or poor absorption. Meanwhile, magnesium glycinate is better absorbed and has a calming effect on the nervous system. So, if you've ever taken magnesium and didn't notice any difference, you were probably taking the wrong kind. For sleep, stress, and true neurological recovery, magnesium might just be the silent hero in your biohacking toolkit. Intermittent fasting. Actually, your brain doesn't need breakfast to function. In fact, ignoring it sometimes helps you stay more alert and clear-headed. Intermittent fasting, typically eating within an 8-hour window and fasting for the remaining 16 hours, has been shown to increase focus, improve mental clarity, and support metabolic health. Why? Because when you fast, your body doesn't have to worry about digestion, insulin levels decrease, and your brain shifts to a more alert and energy-efficient state. That's why many people feel extremely focused in the morning, even before they've had their coffee. Not only that, fasting also activates neuroprotective mechanisms, reduces inflammation, and increases levels of BDNF, an important protein that helps improve memory, learning ability, adaptation, and recovery from stress. You don't need to do anything too extreme. No need to fast for 48 hours or force yourself to endure. Just stop eating after dinner and eat a little later the next morning. Of course, not everyone is suitable for this method, especially those with health or psychological issues. But for many, this is a small habit that can clear mental clutter and make things in their heads clearer. Peptides. Recently, many people have been talking about peptides as a secret to rejuvenating the body, but few truly understand what they are. Actually, peptides are just short chains of amino acids, like a mini version of proteins that help transmit signals in the body so cells know what to do, such as repair tissue, build muscle, balance hormones, or support sleep. People who are passionate about biohacking, sports, or anti-aging often use synthetic peptides to help their bodies recover quickly, reduce fat, and look younger. For example, BPC-157 helps heal injuries, GHKCU is good for skin and hair, and CJC-1295 stimulates growth hormone. However, peptides are not a miracle cure. Results may vary from person to person, and many types of online sales have not been verified. Some are only available by prescription, while over-the-counter products may lack purity or have incorrect dosages. Nevertheless, the potential of peptides is real. Research shows they can help wounds heal faster, improve blood sugar, and support muscle growth. But if used incorrectly or purchased from an unclear source, the risks outweigh the benefits. In summary, peptides are a promising direction for future medicine, but they currently remain on the boundary between research and reality. Therefore, don't be 100% quick to believe. Do your research, consult a doctor, and maintain a healthy dose of skepticism. Infrared sauna. Infrared sauna rooms look like traditional saunas, but they work very differently. Instead of heating the air, it uses infrared light to warm the body directly. These light rays penetrate a few millimeters under the skin, heating the muscles and tissues from within, so you'll sweat sooner even if the surrounding temperature is cooler. It feels much more comfortable. Even at the end of the day, you'll still be as wet as if you just took a shower. The deep heat from within helps improve blood circulation and is believed to activate cell-regenerating molecules, reducing inflammation. Some studies suggest that regular infrared sauna use can help improve cardiovascular health, speed up recovery after exercise, and reduce chronic pain. Many users also report sleeping better and feeling more relaxed after steaming, possibly because the body responds to the heat like a light exercise, warming up and then deeply relaxing as it cools down. Compared to traditional steaming, infrared steaming is gentler, the air is cooler, but it still provides similar benefits. Just one thing: don't treat this as a heat tolerance test. Dehydration and overheating can happen faster than you think, especially if you're new to it or have heart disease or high blood pressure. The goal isn't to see how well you can handle the heat. It's to walk out of the room feeling better than when you walked in. Sound therapy. The first thing you notice isn't the sound, but the vibration, a low rumble that spreads through the air, then settles somewhere behind your chest. Tuning forks, gongs. They are all based on the same principle, using physical vibrations to alter the body's sensations and the brain's responses. Different layers of sound overlap until they are no longer distinct. The brain began to synchronize, slowing down, almost adjusting its pace to blend with the rhythm of the sound. Breathing becomes regular, muscles relax on their own without effort. It feels like complete relaxation, where you almost drift off to sleep, but are still awake and present. Once considered far-fetched, sound therapy is now going mainstream, appearing every place, from yoga studios and rehabilitation centers to hospitals. Studies show that this therapy helps reduce anxiety, stabilize heart rate, and helps participants achieve a deeper state of relaxation. But science sometimes isn't the most important thing. When you're in therapy, you don't analyze it, you just feel. Feeling the gentle vibration of the air around you, in that moment, it felt like enough. Meditation. Everyone praises meditation as a golden key to peace, but in reality, very few people can maintain it for long, often because they're unsure if they're doing it right, or because they keep thinking about dinner while trying to push the thoughts away. It sounds simple. Close your eyes, breathe, and center yourself. But in reality, in the first few minutes, you'll struggle with your own thoughts and wonder if you're doing something wrong. Don't worry. That chaos isn't a failure. It's actually part of the meditation process, recognizing that the mind is wandering and gently bringing it back to the breath. That is the mental muscle exercise that meditation trains. If you persevere, things will start to change. Many people feel more focused, grounded, and less prone to getting angry over small things, like when the Wi-Fi drops midway. Studies show that regular meditation helps regulate breathing, lower blood pressure, and even change brain structure in areas related to focus, memory, and emotional control. You can meditate with or without music, or follow guided meditations through apps or videos. Just 5 minutes of quiet time is much better than scrolling through social media and ruining your mood for the whole day. And that's a compilation of cheat codes that can truly change your life. No magic, just science and smart habits. If you find this helpful, please leave a comment about which cheat code you'd like to try first. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on new life hacks.